Jet fans, what a 24 hours. Slow crawl to work on this Wednesday morning, trying to put together all the pieces from all the information that came out yesterday. My head is still spinning, trying to figure out what's real, what's factual, what's smokescreen. I have absolutely no idea, but I have some theories that I'd like to share with you guys and see what you guys think, because I hate floating around like negative speculation without any kind of, factual basis to back it up. But this Jamal Adams thing is driving me absolutely insane, because, at least from my perspective, there's one of two ways that this situation went down. Either the first scenario, which I guess is the better of the two, even though neither of these two scenarios would be good. The first one being that the information we hear right now in the media is factual, that Jamal Adams, or at least, what he said, that he met with Joe Douglas, and Joe Douglas, confirmed this, that they met a week ago. Adams said he wants to stay, he wants to be a part of the solution going forward, wants to remain a Jet. So Joe Douglas never actively shopped him. He simply answered the phone call when other teams were calling about interest. Kind of hard to believe all that, because again, if you just had a heart-to-heart with a player a week ago, this goes back to kind of basic communication stuff that we didn't see with the Kalichi Osemele situation, where now you have another player pissed off at you. It just doesn't look good. Okay, it doesn't look good. I understand Joe Douglas has to do his job. He has to answer the phone, and ultimately, if he could have gotten 2 first-round picks or whatever it was, maybe you pull the trigger on a deal. Maybe you don't view a safety as, being the most important asset to, rebuilding this roster the way he wants to do it. I can almost understand that. I can almost understand that. But again, you just met with him, right? You just met with him a week ago, and supposedly he was on board. So now your star player has it in his head that I'm worth a first and 2 seconds to this organization, or whatever the asking price supposedly was. So Joe Douglas can sit up there on the podium all he wants and say, no, it never got to that point, where we were going to trade him. Well, if a team made the offer, you would have dealt him. There was clearly a price that you set that you would have been ready to move on. And now Jamal Adams knows that. So it's going to be very hard to fix that relationship, I think. So now I go to the second part, the second theory, that I hope none of this is legit. It's just me, trying to piece together some of the dots to what's going on here. So I've said for weeks that you look at Jamal Adams, he doesn't look happy. He doesn't look, confident in the team, the direction of the organization, anything, right? You see it on his body language. It's completely different from the first 2 years. So I've said for weeks that I think, he wants out, that he's not happy here. He's kind of planning his exit already. And then lo and behold, yesterday, all the rumors start floating around. Jamal Adams requested a trade. He wants out. He wants to go back to Dallas. And there were talks going up until the last minute. You had people on ESPN saying that Jerry Jones and Jason Garrett were meeting on the Star at the 50-yard line to, discuss Jamal Adams and how he's going to fit in the defense, and, meeting with the safeties coach. There was legitimate talks that were going on. So again, if all of this stuff happened after A, Jamal Adams said he wants to stay, or the second scenario, which I'm trying to finish, that Jamal Adams actually requested a trade. So then everything that we heard after that would just be the Jets trying to cover up a circus, trying to, backpedal, trying to just make sure this doesn't get out of hand over the last 9 games. Jamal Adams knows it's a bad look for him. He doesn't want fans all over his social media ripping him. The team doesn't want a devalued asset in a player that, 29 other teams know they want to get rid of, or 31 other teams know they want to get rid of. So I'm thinking that Jamal Adams, from the beginning, or at least, the meeting a week ago, said to Joe Douglas, I don't want to be here anymore. If you could trade me to the Cowboys, trade me to the Cowboys. And then where it turned is, I'm thinking, Jamal Adams hearing that the Jets asked for a 1 and 2 twos, the Cowboys reportedly offered a 1 and like a 4th or a 5th, and Jamal Adams is sitting there like, dude, they were willing to give you a first-round pick. I could be in Dallas right now, in my home state, playing for the playoffs right now, but instead you guys chose to keep me. That's where I think Jamal Adams is at. I hope I'm wrong. I hope and I pray that I'm wrong, because I don't want that to be right. I don't think Jamal Adams is that kind of dude, but the vibes, some of the things on social media, where, he's liking things that are anti-Jets offense or anti-Gase. And again, you look at the way that Le'Veon Bell and Robbie Anderson handled their trade rumors. Robbie Anderson posted the video from, what's the movie? I forget the movie. It's one of my favorite movies too, with Leo DiCaprio. But you know, he posts the it wasn't that one, but where I'm staying. Anyway, you know, so you got Robbie Anderson all fired up to be here. You got Le'Veon Bell posting like a minute video, you know, preaching patience to Jet fans. And I'm just like, you know, Jamal Adams is out there throwing his GM under the bus for turning down a first-round pick for him. So what could lead to things getting to that point if a week ago you had just said you want to stay? So I think there's a lot more going on to this Jamal Adams situation than we actually know. I would love to be a fly on a wall to hear what actually went on when they met a week ago and where Jamal Adams' heart truly is at. One can only guess, but I don't think it's in a good place just based off of the way that the team is playing and the overall perception surrounding the organization. It's just not a good look. And like I've said numerous times with Jamal Adams, he's a different kind of dude. He likes winning. It's important to him. He values winning. He hates losing. And the Jets have a losing culture right now. They have a lot of dysfunction going on right now. So to sit here and think that Jamal Adams is going to, you know, want to sign a contract extension, I don't know. I would hope that that's the guy he is. You know, 2 years ago, a year ago, I would have said, yeah, Jamal Adams is going to be a Jet for life. You know, he wants to see this thing through. Do I think that now? I don't know. Honestly, I don't. Honestly, I don't think so now. And do I blame him 100%? No. It's not on him. It goes to Chris Johnson. It goes to Woody Johnson. It goes to Mike McCagnon. It goes to John Idzik. It goes to Todd Bowles. It goes to Adam Gase. There are many different places that you could spread blame for what's going on wrong with this organization right now. The rest of that Joe Douglas press conference did not give me confidence, to be honest with you. There are certain parts that you like. I think he does have a plan in place for how he wants to build this roster. We really don't know what to expect as far as the talent evaluation part goes yet. But, you know, hearing him talk about Gase, yeah, it seems like, yes, he expects the team to be playing better, but also that he still has confidence that Gase is going to turn it around, which means to me that if the team finds a way to win like 3 or 4 more games, Gase is going to be back. You know, that's the unfortunate, I think, reality of it. You know, Gase ultimately brought him here, so I don't think Joe Douglas is just going to push him out the door. If things keep going in the direction that they're going, I don't think he'll have a choice. But, you know, just based off of what he said yesterday, I think he's looking for any reason to keep him. So, you know, team wins a couple games, shows even the slightest bit of progress. I think Joe Douglas will use that and say, see, you know, we're heading in the right direction. We still need to get some players in here. It was just year one, you know, and that's it. So you hear a lot of the excuses that he was given yesterday, you know, about the team being injured, and, you know, he talked about mono not being an ideal situation, like all the stuff that they went through. And I'm like, teams are going through a lot all around the league. Adam Gase is the only one that's gotten blown out by what? Like, I think 24 games he's gotten blown out by double digits. Meanwhile, how many wins does he have over the last 3.5 years? It's sickening. It's maddening. I don't have any answers for it anymore, to be honest with you. I don't know why Chris Johnson's still in hiding, why he hasn't talked, especially after that video was posted yesterday with him talking about the team, you know, hopefully showing up. Like, everything from top to bottom with this team right now is an embarrassment. There's nothing fun about doing these videos or talking about this team. This is where we're at. 9 games to go. Go Jets. Talk to you guys later.